China, the most successful nation in the history of Asian basketball, set to face a Jordan side rejuvenated by iconic new head coach Sam Douglas. Welcome along to Tehran, Iran from me, Tim Long. The opening day of the 2016 FIBA Asia Challenge, and a fantastic proposition here. The reigning Asian champions China taking on this Jordan team. It's an experienced roster. They might be the underdogs here. They do have far more experience at this tournament than their Chinese opponents, an average age of 27 compared to just 22 for China. China ranked 14th in the world against the 28th ranked Jordanians. And this is a very young and inexperienced Chinese roster. It's very different looking to the team that won the Asian Championships in Changsha last October. Cho Yukan, the only remaining player from the roster that travelled to Brazil for the Olympics. Nobody remaining from the roster that won that Asian Championship. And 10 of the 12 players on the roster set to feature at their very first major senior FIBA International Tournament. Look at the officials for the second game of this Asian, or the third game rather, of this Asian Challenge. And the first for each of these two nations. Another boost for Jordan coming in the form of their new naturalised player for this tournament, Dar Tucker. They'll look to give them a boost, as well as Ali Jamal Zaghab, who you just saw there. A number of players who featured at the Asian Championships last year in China for Jordan here at this tournament in Iran. Mohammed Hussein and Zaid Abbas were very impressive at that tournament, as too was Musa Alawadi. Certainly more familiar names to look out for those who follow Asian basketball. In terms of the Chinese team, a lot of young players, a group of 3 18-year-olds, Fan Chiming, Chao Yanyue and Ha Jinqi, who have all been hugely impressive at a number of FIBA youth tournaments, finally getting their chance at a senior competition. And the 20-year-old Zhua Yuchen, who went to the Olympics, the only player from that squad who makes the roster here in Iran. He is a huge youth talent as well. 15.3 points per game, 7.8 rebounds per game at the Asia Under-18 Championships 2 years ago. 4 points per game, 2 rebounds per game in Rio this summer in his first senior FIBA International Tournament. Look at some of those Jordanian players there. Mohammed Hussein, the big centre, is the number 13. He had a fantastic tournament at the Asian Championships, 12.2 points, 7.5 rebounds, shot 50% from the field. And Zaid Abbas, as well as Musa Alawadi, averaging in double figures in that competition as well. China Asian champions for the 16th time on home soil last year, beating the Philippines in the final in Changsha. A disappointing turnout for them at the Olympic Games in Rio. They finished bottom of their group, lost all 5 games. They want to bounce back here, even with a very different roster. And so many young players hoping to impress. And it takes only 3 seconds for Jordan and big Mo Hussein to hit the first basket of this game. How about that as a welcome to senior competition for those young Chinese players. I talked about Mohammed Hussein in the build-up. He had a 26-point game against Palestine in the final qualification game at the Asian Championships in China last year. Shot 12 of 18 from the field. Already on the board here. China looking to respond. Liu Zhuquan turning the ball over. Just take some of those young Chinese players a bit of time to settle into things here. Almost a turnover from Dar Tucker, the naturalised player for Jordan. Tucker gets it back from Hussein, looking to spin away into the paint. Aggressive move and a lovely finger roll from Tucker. Lightning fast start from Jordan. What a fantastic way to introduce yourself. Jingmin moves it on, but from the foul line it pops in and out. Fang Shuo. Look at this move from Tucker. Tremendous finish. Jordan scoring 4 points without reply in the opening minute of this first game for these two at the 2016 FIBA Asia Challenge. Mohamed Hussein with that dunk inside the first few seconds. Now it's a chance for China to finally get on the board, and they do. Zhou Yuchen, who was the man who went to the Olympics. Here's Hussein coming to the top of the key again, onto Tucker. Those two looking like they mean business early on. These two surely will Zaid Abbas, who's another one of their key players. This time he draws contact as he looks to back in. 13 points and 8.2 rebounds at the Asian Championships for Zaid Abbas, shooting 41% from the field. Here's Hussein. Offensive foul called against Mohamed Hussein. Two early team fouls on Jordan. It's going to be Liu Zuquan inbounding the ball, and he just got it to one of his teammates. It's a high press from Jordan. They've really come to play here. The foul in the end has gone on El Awadi, but you can see what they're trying to do. Really applying pressure onto those young, inexperienced Chinese players. They have just come back to bite them though. 3 team fouls inside the opening 2 minutes of the game. The 3 knocked down by Ha Jinqi. The teenage centre able to shoot from the outside. Called it a 2 by the looks of it. He must have had a toe on the line. Here's Abbas. Abbas trying to get towards the baseline, has turned it over, but how about that last attempt from the 18-year-old Ha Jinqi? 210 centimetres, 6'11" tall, able to shoot accurately from the outside as well. It's going to be hard to defend against for Jordan. Another one from the outside, this time off the mark from Fang Shuo. Tucker coming at pace, fouled by Zhou Yuchen. By Abbas. Marsha moving it to Tucker. Tucker high off the window. Hussein with the offensive ball, grabbed it again after the miss. Tucker will put it in. So Tucker and Hussein doing the damage early on. And Tucker has 4 of Jordan's 6 points in the opening nearly 3 minutes. Foul called as the Chinese number 5 Kui Jinming look to attack. Fang Shuo will inbound, non-shooting foul. It's into Kui Jinming again. Peeling away is Fang Shuo, top of the key, driving inside in towards the paint, kicks it back out. The 3, good for Liu Zuquan. And China take their first lead of the game. There goes Tucker again, looking to win the physical battle inside. Bulldozed his way through 3 baskets already. Looking for the quick response, although Hajin Chi unable to finish the alley-oop pass. What a start to this game Tucker has made. And he's at it again, looking to feed Alamarsha that time. And Jordanian number 77 draws the contact. It's the 2nd foul for Zoe Yo Chen, 3rd foul on China. First trip to the foul line for either of these two teams here today. Ahmed Alamarsha, who was another player who went to the Asian Championships last year, although didn't have quite as big an impact as the players I've mentioned. 3.4 points, 4.6 rebounds a game. He did have 6.8 points and 6 boards back at the Asia Cup in 2014. This tournament was formerly known as the Asia Cup. It's the first step this year in terms of the new FIBA calendar towards the new and improved Asia Championships next year, which will be renamed as the Asia Cup. It's going to be the first ever Continental Cup played jointly between teams from Asia and Oceania. Top 5 finishers at this tournament will earn their sub-zones additional places in that 2017 Asia Cup competition. Tao Han Lin, the Chinese player at the line, another mammoth of a man, 208 centimetres, 6'10". And one of the more experienced players on this roster, 25 years old, back in the team for the first time since hitting an impressive 12 points and 6.4 rebounds per game in the Asia Cup in 2014. Hussein handing the ball off to Aid. And he's moving it on to Alamarsha. Alawadi across to Alamarsha on this near side, foot on the line. And Jordan turned the ball over. We've had a really close and intriguing opening 4 minutes of this Asia Challenge contest. And we're going to have our first stoppage. Just a 1-point game after a very promising start from Jordan. Aggressive play inside from the likes of Dar Tucker and Mohammed Hussein, giving Jordan that great start, but China's outside shooting, and noticeably from the big men, Hajin Chi hitting an outside shot, has got them back into this. Li Nan is the Chinese head coach. Sam Douglas on the opposing bench, taking charge of Jordan, perhaps the most iconic Jordanian basketball player in history. Certainly somebody that will be able to motivate these Jordanian players, and has done so far at the start of this game. Jordan have only ever managed 3 medals at major FIBA international events, but all of those have come in fairly recent times. They won this tournament in 2008, beat Kazakhstan in the final in Kuwait. Followed that success with bronze at the 2009 Asia Championships and then silver at the 2011 tournament. It's a great basket off the back of the timeout for Fang Shuo. China up by 3. He's going to put it up just inside, knocks it down. Jordan back within 1. First basket of the game for Sinan Aid. turn the ball over, so Jordan, towards the midway point of the first quarter, get the opportunity to go back ahead. 14 fouls now on China. Bass, quick catch and release, knocks it down. Didn't have to think twice about that one. These two trading blows now. Jordan up by 2 across the midway point of the first, and another foul offensively on China. That's 5 team fouls. And back-to-back offensive fouls to turn the ball over. He's bringing the ball over centre court. And it goes to Zaghab. Hands it off to Aid again, around the big frame of Abbas. Running into contact. It's going to be 16 fouls now on China. So Jordan will go to the line for the next 4 minutes and 45 seconds of this first quarter. Aid playing at the senior FIBA tournament level for the first time since scoring 4.2 points a game at the 2014 Asia Cup. Jordan up by 4. China really have just had that one scoring burst with a couple of shots from the outside. They've struggled for the most part in these opening 5.5 minutes to create good looks. And Jordan feeling like perhaps there should have been a third offensive foul in a row on China. It's gone the other way this time. It's called on Aid. 16 fouls now on Jordan as well, so China will shoot the foul shots. It's the number 5 Kui Jinming, 24-year-old at the line. Plays his club ball in China with Jinlin. This is that first foul shot. Able to get the second one. China down by 3 still. And Bass with the long inbound pass. Moved on quickly to Alawadi. Aid across to the far side to Alamarsha. Alamarsha back to Alawadi. Long three is good for Alawadi. Jordan double the advantage to 6. And another timeout called. The Chinese head coach Li Nan wanting to make sure this one doesn't get away from his young team. Look at the top scorers for Jordan. They're 6 points early on for Dar Tucker, their new naturalised player, to lead them in scoring. Sinan Aid has been impressive too. Nobody on more than 3 points for China. The three-pointer knocked down by Liu Zhuquan. Certainly plenty of talent in this Chinese roster. It's whether they've got the experience and the nous to deal with this kind of senior match experience. They do have a number of players that will have played together at various youth tournaments over the past few years, but they're blending a lot of those young talents with some older players who haven't been in the team at this level. Missing the likes of Yi Jianlian, Guo Ailun and Zhou Qi, who all starred at the Asian Championships on home soil last year. They played at the Olympics as well this summer. Difficult finish, won't go down for Wu Qian, who's just come in. Jordan have a chance to extend their lead here. Lead faking the long three. Looking for the screen from Zaghab. Here is Zaghab now. Moved on quickly to Alamarsha. It's a forced three-pointer off the mark. And good defense that time by China. The foul coming after Fan Chimang grabbed the rebound. Of course, that's foul trouble for both of these two nations early on, so China straight away, all the way down the other end of the court to shoot 2 foul shots, and it's another one of those young players, 18-year-old Fan Chiming. And like Ha Qinqi, who we saw hit a long shot a little earlier on, he's 210 centimetres, 6'11" tall. Impressive tallies of 14.1 points and 8.8 rebounds. In fact, here in Iran at the Asian Under-18 Championships only just over a month ago. Took the offensive rebound off that missed foul shot. Yu Zuquan lines up the three and hits it, nothing but net. China back in business in the first. Take the ball back quickly, and it's quick offense as well to move it to Kui Jingming. Deficit cut from 6 to 1. A foul on Wu Qian, with Jordan looking to come in transition. The player fouled is Sami Bzai, who was a late addition to the Jordanian roster. 22-year-old who's at the line now, looking to extend their lead. For all the good things that Jordan have done in this first quarter, the lead is only 3. It's another three-pointer. The lead is nothing now. Wu Qian hits from the outside. That's all it takes. China have found their range. Zaid Abbas coming down court quickly, looking to play aggressive basketball, draws the contact, but China lighting it up now from the outside. They've got themselves back level. Abbas missing the first foul shot as well. Had a really superb game at the Asian Championships in their classification game against Palestine, which saw them finish in 9th place. 16 points, 12 boards, 5 assists and 3 steals in that game. That's the kind of level he can produce. China looking to take the lead now, and they have done. From 6 down, China ahead. They've pinched it back again, quickly down court. The finger roll good for Hu Tianzhu. And those Chinese players who've come in off the bench have reignited their nation in this first quarter. Bazai almost had it turned away, and there might be an injury here for Wu Qian. An unbelievable scoring burst from China. Zai back at the line. Just over a minute and a half remaining in the first. Zai 4 of 4 from the foul line now. Getting Jordan back to within 1. Big baskets from players coming off the bench for China. The 3 from Wu Qian. A couple of points from Tao Han Lin. And a couple as well from Hu Tianju. Marsha from the outside, can't get Jordan back ahead. Abbas battling for the rebound, but it's recovered by Liu Zuquan. Look at the pace from him as he kicks it to the corner. Foot on the line called against Yuan Shui. Can't see it from that angle. Well, that's one of the threes they were able to hit. A turnover on the last offensive possession for China. Jordan with another chance to retake the lead as we move into the final minute of the first quarter. Inside it goes, Zakab couldn't grab the handle on the ball. Aid picks it up on the near side, drives inside, looks to find Zakab congested in the paint. And he's called for the turnover. There wasn't a great deal of room, but Aid was able to find him. Zakab then trying to cut in off the baseline. I think he was called for a travel. Pen. Another player is coming off the bench. Nice pass. Good defense though to deny Fan Chiming. Abbas gets it back from Alamarsha, fires the 3. Final seconds of the first now. It looks as though China might take a slender advantage into the first interval. Chao Pen. And he gets some contact from... Oh no, in fact, the foul has gone against Fan Chiming. And 9 seconds still for Jordan to work with to try and take a lead into the second quarter. Wadi looking to drive all the way through. No time for China to get the shot away. They lead by just 1 at the end of the first quarter in the first game of this tournament for these two. China 24, Jordan 23. A tremendous turnaround from China, who were down by 6 points on a couple of occasions in that first quarter. You can see the outside shooting, which really helped to pull them back in. 3 of 5 from downtown. And look at the rebounding battle there as well. China just edging it. And that 1 offensive rebound for Jordan coming in the opening moments. 6 turnovers apiece. Plenty of foul trouble in that first quarter as well. Both teams shooting foul shots for around the final 4 minutes of it. And the two coaches perhaps will be looking for a little bit more discipline in the second. Great to see support in Iran for many of these nations, China and Jordan included. Eight points for Liu Zuquan, leading the way for China. The 25-year-old, I beg your pardon, who's playing at his first major FIBA Senior International Tournament He's 3 of 3 from the field so far, including 2 of 2 from three-point range. The bench players came in and did a good job for China in that first quarter as well. 8 of the 12 players on their roster have got themselves on the box scoring points. Jordan led by the 6 points of Dar Tucker, their new naturalised player. All of those 6 points coming fairly early. They only played 3.5 minutes of that first quarter because he picked up a couple of fouls. That's the kind of trouble that I was talking about, and the extra discipline that will be required. You can't be having star players, potential star players, sat out of these games for lengthy periods. Tucker is back in the game at the start of the second quarter. Here he is with the ball now. Quick crossover onto the right hand, looking to get around the big frame of Zaghab, who set the screen. Drives in, can't finish, but you see what he can bring. Here goes Chao Depeng all the way. Nice finish from him. China extend the lead. Lamasha onto Abbas. Abbas backing in, looking to roll towards the baseline. He gets contact along the way from He Tianzhu. Second foul on He. Non-shooting foul, so Jordan to inbound from the baseline. Alamasha across to Tucker. Tucker shoots from the outside this time. 2 misses inside the opening minute of the second quarter for him back in the game. Chao Depeng. He Tianzhu. Bounce pass was looking inside towards Soa Yucheng, although it was wildly off the mark. Abbas, and it goes to Zaghab. Looking to get into the paint, twisting and turning, forced back out. Tucker. Looking for that burst in towards the paint again, but he lost the handle on the ball and turned it over, and it's been a really disappointing start to the second quarter for him. 2 misses and a turnover. And that's having gone 3 of 4 from the field in just 3.5 minutes of the first quarter for 6 points. Chao Depeng onto Ha Jinchi, tipped by Abbas into the hands of Tucker, who can burst forward now and show that athleticism again, but he can't find a finish. There is an offensive board though for Zaghab, and he gets his score. His first of the game. Jordan back within 1. Nice crossover and burst from Kui Jinming, although there was a whistle. Just think of the amount of times Jordan have been able to get Dar Tucker the ball and the opportunities he's had to add to his 6 points in this second quarter. Keeping him out of foul trouble and keeping him in the game might just be key here for Jordan. Aid, another key player. Across it goes to Alawadi, and they're going to turn it over again. Alawadi, the guilty man. In fact, Ali Jamal Zaghab, the guilty man. I thought Alawadi had stepped out of bounds initially. Ran Shui moves it on. Ha Jinchi turning into trouble, turning away towards the baseline and putting it in high off the window. 4 points for him. He was the player who hit that long shot early on in the game that was called a 2-pointer, and it looked a 3. Here's some foul trouble for China. Third foul picked up on Zoa Guchen. It really is a blow. He's one of their key players. Aid. Alawadi to split the defence. Here comes China though, off the turnover, and almost wrestled down on centre court. The foul should be going on Sinan Aid. That's his second team foul for Jordan. China by 3 minutes into the second. Oh, nice fake to the corner, and a drive inside from Ha Jin-chi, getting all the way to the basket. He got the contact along the way as well. Second foul on Zaghab. That's 6 points for Ha Jin-chi. Just to rub a little salt in the Jordanian wounds, Ali Jamal Zaghab is a bit banged up here, and that would be a blow. 8 points and 7 rebounds per game at the Asian Championships last year for him. He shot over 50% from the field, but he crucially missed the defeat to Lebanon because of an injury that cost his team a place in the quarter-finals. And now an injury for him again here. It could end up costing his team the first win in this tournament. Still a long way to go yet though. Now down by 5. Trying to have a chance to extend that lead. The rebound for Ha Jin-chi. Long 3 is right on the money from Yuan Shui. His first score. China by 8. Aid. Jordan need to dig deep at this stage. They need players like Abbas to step up, but he can't hit that time. Here come China in full flow again. Yuan Shui. Ha Jin-chi moving it inside. Lovely hesitation, but the finish not quite there from Zoya Chen. In the game, still at the moment on 3 fouls. Jordan can't stop the rot at the moment. Here comes Chao Depeng out to the outside, wide open 3, yes! Yuan Shui knocks it down. China by double figures are pulling away. And it's looking like a 3-point shooting clinic from them. The team we expect to do some damage with their height inside are doing the damage from the outside instead. And Sam Douglas forced to call timeout. Outside shot after outside shot, with a little bit of penetration inside mixed in. So tough to play against a team that have big men who can hit from the outside. Yuan Shui is 2 of 3 from 3-point range. Liu Zukhuan is 2 of 2. And they've also had Wu Qian knock one down as well. And you see the 3-point shooting, 5 of 7 for China. China up by 11. Dar Tucker trying to turn away, fouled on the outside by Kui Jingming. It's already 14 fouls on Li Nan's side, so still 5.5 minutes remaining in the first half. That could yet be an issue as it was in the first quarter. Jordan hoping that could be a route back into this second quarter perhaps. Dar Tucker, if he can find his range, it might be a route back into the quarter. There's another miss. Chowder-Pen through the legs, moves it on. Ha Jin-chi into the centre and put in by Zhao Yuchen. The 18-year-old finding the 20-year-old. And China up by 13. Tucker, can he finally hit in this quarter? No. I think that's 4 straight misses for Dar Tucker. And China, relentless, trying to extend their lead. Will maintain possession here. And they have been impressive, those young players. Ha Jin-chi, the number 21. Zhao Yuchen, the number 14, who played at the Olympics. There's been a contribution off the bench from the likes of Fan Chiming as well. Three-pointer taken on again, and a foul on the outside on Dar Tucker. Hui Jingming missing the shot, but he'll go to the foul line for 3. We've seen the best and the worst of Tucker in these opening 15 minutes. He burst onto the scene at these championships with 6 points in the opening few minutes, but then picked up a number of fouls. Sat out for the rest of the first quarter, came back in at the start of the second quarter, missed a bunch of shots in a row, and then a silly foul to allow China to extend their lead from the line. Dar Tucker with 3 personal fouls now, with 3 of his first 4 shots in the game, although he's 0 of 6 since then. Only by 16. Jordan need to find a response sooner rather than later. Abbas able to get the pass through, easy basket, and how badly they needed that one. Musa Alawadi providing the finishing touch. Great work from Abbas. Another long ranger for Ha Jin-chi. Can't hit this time. Jordan looking to gain a bit of momentum here. Alawadi going through the gears, finding Abbas looking to return the favour. Knocked out of bounds, still Jordan ball. Set to inbound, 4 minutes remaining in the first half. Back into the game for China comes Fan Shuo. Up it goes to Abbas. He's looking to direct some traffic here. Looking to drive right at the heart of the Chinese defence. Difficult shot, almost went down, but China come away with it. Hui Jin-ming. Controlling the ball on the left hand. On it goes to Zhao Yuchen. Another 3, surely not again. The left of the basket this time. Alawadi driving through, swatted away by Yuchen. China standing tall on defense and offense. Zhao Yuchen with the first big rejection of the game. Hussein, the little hook shot, good for Mohamed Hussein. How badly they need him to get going. Hussein hook comes to the fore. 12-point differential. Jordan just starting to gain a bit of a foothold in this second quarter before Hussein picks up another foul. So two key players for Jordan in Tucker and Hussein picked up 2 fouls each in the first quarter, and have both come back in the second and picked up another. And Hussein's been hit with a technical as well. And that's not what Jordan need at this stage. Sam Douglas perplexed. Jordan are rattled at the moment. 3 minutes and 15 remaining in the first half. China by 12. The lead has been as many as 16. And Jordan in danger of playing large parts of this game without Mohamed Hussein and Dar Tucker. And that might just put a little bit too much responsibility on the shoulders of Zaid Abbas and Musa Alawadi. Zoe Yochen out the foul line. Points for him. There's the free throw for the technical foul from Mohamed Hussein. China by 13. Ho Tianju taking a seat for them. In fact, Ho Tianju, I beg your pardon, coming into the game, ready to take these foul shots. Sam Douglas and the Jordanian coaching staff still protesting their case to the officials. Just cannot believe it. I feel like they've been really hard done to here. Looks like there's quite a few admin issues to sort out down there, and quite a few personal relationship issues to sort out. The Jordanian coaching staff and the officials not getting on at the moment. Just to take you through the scoring at the moment, China led by the 8 points of Liu Zukhuan. They've had 6 apiece as well from Kui Jinming and from the 18-year-old Ha Jinqi. 5 points from Zoa Yochen, who just hit that last foul shot. China are having to wait an awful long time to take the next foul shot. Ha Jinqi has moved to the line. Ho Tianju has moved away. I think there might have been a little injury for Zoa Yochen, who took the last one. And actually, we're back underway. Ha Jinqi hits, China by 14, and the next one sees Kui Jinming at the line. It's almost adding insult to injury for Jordan. You just have to watch Chinese player by player stepping up and adding to their lead. It was off the back of a technical foul, so they get possession as well. There were foul shots for the foul and foul shots for the technical. Three minutes left in the first half. China by 14. And Jordanians need to compose themselves a little bit. They've been riled by the scoring spurt that China have gone on and the decisions that they feel have gone against them. China back at the line with Wu Qian. Four points off the bench for him. China looking to extend their lead back towards largest lead of the game at 16. Here's Aid. Abbas. Jordan in need of a bit of a comeback, you feel, here before half-time, just to go into the break with their heads held a little higher. Just to settle a few heartbeats. Fifth team foul on China, the fourth foul here on Zhou Chen. So they left him in the game on 3 and he's picked up a 4th. The line is Zaid Abbas. Abbas able to hit, and Jordan in need of each and every point they can get at this stage. Abbas gets them both. Jordanian captain now has 6 points. Wu Qian. 2.5 minutes remaining in the first half. Fang Shuo feeds it into the paint. Ta Jinqi across to the far side. The outside shot off the mark from Wu Qian. Lovely crossover. Burst of pace from Sinan Aid, who kicks it back with 3 off the mark, though. Offensive rebound and a foul. Yusuf Abu Wazena into the game for Jordan with a big offensive rebound that gets them a couple of foul shots. That's because it was the 6th team foul on China. It's been the first half here that's been really torn apart by foul trouble. Made it a very stop-start affair, put a number of individual players in a position from which they can only play limited minutes. And Jordan have come off the worst from that, because China, when they have been able to move the ball fluently, have knocked down shots from the outsides. 5 3-pointers. After a slow start, really got their act together. The young players able to settle themselves, and a number of players able to put considerable tallies together in this first half. 7 points for 18-year-old Ha Jinqi. 8 points for Liu Zukhuan. 6 points for Yuan Shui and for Kui Jinming. Abu Wazena, the line hits the first foul shot. To try and earn a few trips to the line in the final 2 minutes of this half, Jordan, to eat away at that rather sizable Chinese lead. They are down by 13 now. It's been as many as 16. China. Fang Shuo moves it on. Tianju. Fang Shuo across to the far side to Wu Qian. try and create the space on this side. The three for Fang Shuo. An offensive rebound off the miss for Wu Qian. Another three, this time good. They have been electric from the outside in this first half. For Tianju this time. His first three-pointer of the game. They're all getting in on the act. They're up by 16 again. Wild pass across from that far side to the near side. Too high for Musa Alawadi to reel in. Another Jordan turnover. And plenty of heads hanging with 90 seconds of the first half to play. Down by 16. Wu Qian for Tianju. Wu Qian moving it a little further inside. Tao Hanlin handing it back to Wu Qian, who's been very lively off the bench. And he gets some contact. Eight team fouls in the quarter for his team. Wu Qian sent back to the line. 3 of 3 now from the strike for him. Make it 4 of 4 and make it the largest lead of the game for China at 18. Aid getting it away from Wu Qian. Marsha moving it on to Bass. It was well off the mark over the top of the basket. It's all falling apart at the moment for Jordan. Fang Shuo for Tianju. And then by Fang again. Wu. Oh, lovely pass as he drove into the paint. Little bounce pass. And no choice but to foul Tao Hanlin as he rose towards the rim. 9th team foul of the quarter. It's the 4th personal on Sinan Aid. Another foul shot hit by China. One more would take the game to 20 points for the first time. Is there a way back into this for Jordan? It looks unlikely even at this stage. With a couple of baskets in the final seconds of the quarter, a couple of defensive stops just to give themselves a glimmer of hope. Bazai. Defense sticking so tightly with him from Yuan Shui. Bass with a bounce pass and a shot clock violation. Great defense from China. Jordan just can't find any joy. The shot clock turned off at the end of the half. China an opportunity to extend the lead further. Wu Qian, Yuan Shui for 3! A hat-trick of threes in the first half for him. A 23-point half-time lead. China putting on a 3-point shooting clinic. And they have blown Jordan away. Half-time, China 52. In fact, now that's China 55, Jordan 52. Jordan 32, beg your pardon. The scoreboard hadn't updated there for that last three. So China 55, Jordan 32. And you see there the 3-point shooting numbers. Tremendous from China. And they've won the rebounding battle as well. Double the assists of their opponents. Jordan with 10 turnovers, but a number of those coming towards the end of that second quarter. And fouls have been a problem for both of these two nations as well, but more so for Jordan the longer that second quarter went on. They have it all to do. It looks like mission impossible in the second half. Do join us for that in around 10 minutes' time. At the break, China lead by 23, 55 to 32. Back underway for the second half of China against Jordan at the 2016 FIBA Asia Challenge. Jordan had it all to do, down by 23. After making a promising start to the game, scored the first 4 points. China took a while to find their flow and then came back with a couple of big scoring spurts. Jordan had led by 6 points. China blowing the game open towards the end of the second quarter to lead by 23. And behind some tremendous outside shooting from the likes of Yuan Shui, who hit 3 from downtown, and the big man Ha Jin-chi, who knocked one down as well. At the line for the first score of the third quarter is Zaid Abbas. 7 points in the game for him. Able to hit that second one, so the lead 22. Chao Dapeng moves it on to Liu Zukuan. And towards the foul line, back front foot. And another three. They have picked up right where they left off. How many have they hit now from the outside? I make it 9 of 14 from three-point range for China. Alawadi hangs it high off the window. A flying Abu Wazena coming in and able to grab it. There's the three again off the mark, this time from Ho Tianju. China by 25. And the first basket in a long time for Dar Tucker, who started the game in fine form with 6 early points, and then missed a whole heap of shots before getting into some real foul trouble. Wide open three, bang! Yuan Shui with another from the outside. China on fire from three-point range. The bench knew it. As soon as he was wide open in the corner. They have been so impressive with their outside shooting, and with plenty of length inside as well. It's difficult to know how to combat the multiple weapons that this Chinese team have. To a certain extent, many of them unknown quantities at this level, but they have risen to the challenge. And it looks like the production line for Chinese talent is continuing to churn them out year on year. China by 26, and he'll be a very happy man indeed. 5 out of 6 from downtown now for Yuan Shui. 15 points to lead all scorers in the game. Here's Dar Tucker, who's got 8 points for Jordan. Just getting the ball on the floor, trying to bulldoze his way through. Got a second attempt, missed that as well. Third attempt for Tucker, third time lucky. Double figures for Dar Tucker. I think he'll just stay in the game now with that foul trouble and see what he can do. Fired inside for China this time. Soft touch won't go. Here comes Abbas, full of steam across to the far side. Outside shot for Jordan. A little bit too long, saved on the baseline by Alamarsha, and back out of bounds for Jordan ball. Jinchi, the 18-year-old, back in. 7 points for him so far. He's actually got 4 fouls, Jinchi, so that's limited his involvement today. 7 points in 11.5 minutes. Bass short with the 3-point attempt for Jordan. A 24-point game, 3 minutes into the second half. This is Chao Depeng. Firing it inside, and an offensive foul called against Tao Hanlin. Foul drawn by Abbas. China looking pretty comfortable at the moment. You just feel like Jordan, if they could get a 5, 6, 7, 8 point run going, could at least perhaps look to plant the seed of doubt in the Chinese minds, gain a little confidence themselves. Tucker onto the right hand, unable to finish first time, but he gets it the second time. I think they wanted a foul as well. Tucker with 12 points now, and he's a talent that can certainly provide that spark that they need. China moving it on the perimeter inside, and Jordan come up with a turnover, quick pass forward towards Alawadi, and he is fouled this time in transition by Kui Jinming. Jordan may be preparing to put that run together right now. Second foul on the Chinese number 5, Kui Jinming. And Musa Alawadi at the line. 11 points per game at the Asian Championships last October, by some distance his best output in 6 senior FIBA international tournaments, major tournaments. A chance to bring the deficit back down to 20. The foul trouble for China as well. Jordan have been able to manage their fouls in this third quarter, and that will give them a boost. Chao Depeng onto the foul line. It's Ha Jinchi. The rebound grabbed by Abbas. Tucker, 6 points in the first quarter, none in the second, 6 already here in the third. Across to the far side, Alan Marsha driving in and putting it in, and it's an 18-point game. Midway point of the third quarter. If they could get a defensive stop here and another basket. Well, they try and wrestle it into the hands of Zoe Chen. And they have been able to force the turnover, and Li Nan looking far more concerned now. Tucker. Alawadi thinking about the three, onto the corner. Tucker from the outside, no. Hasn't got one from three-point range yet. Now Alawadi will pick up the foul to deny the breakaway from Liu Zhuquan on centre court. Just the second foul on Alawadi. Those big Chinese bodies looking to manufacture some room, no more so than Zoe Chen. The top of the key, moved on to Wu Qian, driving in on the left hand, off balance. Abbas able to block the passing lane, and here they come in transition. Lovely crossover from Abbas, couldn't quite go coast to coast. Tucker able to flip it up and in though, and the Jordan joy continues. Sparked by Dar Tucker. Back in scoring business in this third quarter. They have cut the deficit to 16. And China forced to call a timeout when it looked to be plain sailing for them. It's 14 points in the game now for Tucker. 7 of 17 from the field. Hit 3 of his first 4, missed at least his next 6. He's come back by hitting at least 4 of his last 7. He's only played 14.5 minutes of the game as well, so he's averaging nearly a point a minute. But has had those minutes limited after picking up a couple of early fouls and then another one in the second quarter. Aside from him, Jordan's leading scorers, the captain Zaid Abbas and Musa Alawadi, who both have 7. It's not that Jordan's chances would perhaps hinge on how much of the game Dar Tucker could play. And that looks to be coming to fruition. Liu Zukwan, toss it goes to Wu Qian, looking to move it on into the paint. They just about cling onto it and then lose it. Hao Junqi couldn't quite reel it in and got the final touch as it went out of bounds, and Jordan with an opportunity to close the gap even further. Ball in the hands of Dar Tucker. He'll take on the 3, the quick 3. You can tell that those Jordanian players are feeling it a bit more now, although Alawadi off the mark. And a foul as the ball came back down off the rim. Still Jordan ball. Fifth foul on Zoa Yochen, so left in the game by his coach early on with 3 fouls, and in that second quarter with 4 fouls even, and finally picking up the 5th. The 20-year-old, the only member of this roster who was with them at the Olympics, so it's the end of the line for him. Who's in the game on 4 fouls. Wu Qian moving it on further. Tao Han Lin just about able to grab it. Back out to the perimeter. Liu Zukwan. And put up inside. It was halfway down before popping back out again for Tao Han Lin. The basket seemingly getting a lot smaller right now for China. Nothing will go down. We're not too far removed from that tremendous start to this half, in which the lead absolutely ballooned and they knocked down a couple more 3-pointers. Here's Tucker for 3. As impressive as he's been inside at times here today, that now makes it 0 of 5 from downtown. And 3-point shooting, pretty much the difference at the moment. Liu Zukwan to Wu Qian. Here's the man who's hit 5 from downtown. Gets it back. Yuan Shui going to try and hit another one. by the defense that time. 5 of 7 now for Yuan. Tucker looking to penetrate inside and got contact along the way. Gets the applause of his coach. You can tell that he's been given the freedom to play and the freedom to shoot as often as he likes in this Jordanian team. And he will keep shooting. Seven of 18 from the field now is Tucker. Despite those 5 misses from three-point range, this is his first trip to the foul line. And gets them to go, so the lead down to just 13 now. It has been double this. And there's another steal. Tucker trying to get away. There was a foul on half court. The play goes on. Tucker grabs the offensive board. And the foul eventually goes on Wu Qian. Disappointment in the Jordanian ranks that they weren't able to make that steal count, and disappointment from Dar Tucker in terms of the call from the officials. But China, of course, over the foul limit, so Jordan do go back to the line. Dar Tucker, who just hit both on his first trip there, looking to extend his impressive tally and to get Jordan within 11. Tucker is the leading scorer in the game now. That's 17 for him. Just bounced to the left of the basket, that one. So it's a 12-point lead. Final 2 minutes of the third. Just look at that run. Would you believe it? There's a whistle on the play here. 14-0 Jordan run to reduce a 26-point Chinese lead down to 12. Confidence sapping for Li Nan's young players. How will they deal with this situation? Fang Shuo, one of the more experienced players at the age of 26, looking to drive at Tucker. Tucker sticking with him, back onto the left hands. Little room to operate for China right now, but how about that from Tao Han Lin as he pirouettes towards the baseline and knocks it down at the end of the shot clock. Hand in his face as well. And then a travel called up the other end on Abbas. And that could be one of the pivotal points in this second half. China eventually able to stop the bleeding and end a 14-0 Jordan run. And then Jordan turned the ball over almost immediately after that. And now China up by 14 again. Now the chance to settle themselves and extend the lead from this point onwards. Liu Zukuan moving it on, and a foul as Tao Han Lin hits the deck. Foul on Abu Wazena. One of 4 players in the Jordan roster playing their club basketball with Al Riyadi in Jordan. Liu Zukuan. 75 seconds remaining of the third, still Chinese possession. Drive towards the baseline, this time from Fang. It's another 3 and a foul on the outside as Yuan Shui almost put it in, very nearly a chance at a 4-point play. And for the second time in this game, China have been fouled on a 3-point shot attempt. The Jordanians panicked by that outside shooting ability that the Chinese have shown here today, trying to get out to close down Yuan Shui, who hit 5 of his first 6 from three-point range, missed his last one, but fouled on that latest attempt, and at the line for 3, hits his first. 16 points in the game now. Misses the second. He's one behind Jordan's Dar Tucker as the game's leading scorer. 2 of 3 to tie level with Tucker. China up by 16. Final minute of the third quarter coming up. Aid. And by Abu Azena, Abbas. Abbas in the paint, spinning away. Lovely finger roll and scores. Bullish play from Zaid Abbas. That's what Jordan need right now. Shua gets it back on the perimeter from Tao Han Lin. Fang through the legs, pulls up for 3. A little long offensive ball though from Ha Jin Chi. He can't get away from Abbas. There's a whistle on the play, but Zaid Abbas is looking to keep his team in the fight. And a technical foul called here. We've seen one already. We might have seen a few more than that here this evening. China benefited from one in the first half that Jordan were really disappointed with. Now it's Jordan who get the benefit of the latest. The Chinese coach, Li Nan, hit with the technical. So the lead for China 13. Jordan in possession with Aid. Al-Awadi putting the ball on the floor, turns it over. That's a blow for Jordan right at the end of the third quarter. Been a roller coaster ride of emotions for him. To press the inbound pass here, and they've forced a turnover. Liu Zuquan unable to get the ball inbounded in time. They just refuse to give in here, Jordan. Here comes to Abbas. Out to the perimeter to Al-Awadi, 6 to shoot. Al-Awadi from the outside, off the mark. Another miss from three-point range for Jordan. They hit a few in the first half, they just haven't been able to do it in the second. And the shot released from centre court by Ha Jin Chi. Off the mark at the end of 3. China lead by 13. But a spirited Jordan side have halved the deficit. So China 65, Jordan 52 at the end of 3. It's a really tall order for Jordan to try and turn this one completely on its head, but they've given themselves a fighting chance. Tremendous shooting numbers from China, particularly from three-point range. Looking at the rebounding battle, all square now after China led at the end of 2, and the turnovers, China really struggling in that third quarter, with Jordan sparking a comeback. China with 18 turnovers in the game. That's a rare one from the outside as far as Jordan are concerned. In fact, they're just 2 of 17 from three-point range, compared to China's 9 of 18. That is an unbelievable swing. Dar Tucker 0 of 5 from downtown. The captain Zaid Abbas just 1 of 5. One of the other star players, Al-Awadi, 1 of 5 as well. But on the other side for China, this man, Yuan Shui, 5 of 7 from three-point land, 17 points to lead his team in scoring, level with the 17 of Jordan's Dar Tucker. Elsewhere for China, 8 points for Liu Zukuan, most of those early on in the game. 7 points for the 18-year-old Ha Jinqi, and 6 points apiece for Kui Jingming and for Hao Tanlin, who had a really big shot towards the final minutes of that third quarter when Jordan had gone on a 14-0 run, stopped the bleeding for China. Jordan went straight down the other end of the court and turned the ball over, and from that moment onwards the momentum rather evened out when the force had very much been with Jordan. (20-10) the third quarter score in favour of Jordan after a massive second quarter for China. China able to recover the loose ball here. Fang Shuo still able to cling onto it, timing out for them as they flip it in. Composed play from Yuan Shui inside this time, his first basket from 2-point range. 19 points in the game. So China by 15. Alawadi able to move it on to Abu Azena. Here's Tucker inside, right at the end of the shot clock. Had to provide the quick release. Knew exactly what was required. That's now 19 for him as well. Fang Shuo tipped away from Tao Hanlin. It's far easier said than done. From the 6'10". Here's Tao Hanlin handing it off on the outside. Another three, this time Fang Shuo. Out this time, offensive board and put back in. Great read on the offensive board from Ha Jinqi. 9 points now for the teenager. Alawadi back to Tucker. Tucker onto the left hand, driving through, getting contact, but not able to finish. 19 points in the game, but I think he's disappointed and feels he could have done more. He struggled, as I've mentioned, from three-point range. He's had a few like that where he's looked to attack the basket and might feel he could have finished it as well as getting the contact. It'll look like a fairly impressive stat line, but it's been a mixed bag from him. Now the leading scorer in the game on 20. 6 rebounds and a couple of steals as well. Make it 21 in terms of scoring, and Jordan down by 13 again. Liu Zukuan onto Tao Hanlin, who hands it off to Fang Shuo. Yuan Shui moving it inside again to the big man Tao Hanlin. China not happy with the call, but it's still their ball. Third foul on Abu Azena. And the Chinese will inbound from the baseline with Liu. Tao. Back to Fang. Across it goes to Liu again. Looking to put the moves on Abbas here. Liu into the paint. Ran into traffic and got hit hard. Two fouls in quick succession on Abu Azena. It's 4 on him now. Liu Zukuan at the foul line. It's the first. Chance to move into double figures now for the number 11. Again, aggressive play from Dar Tucker, able to grab his own rebound and puts it in this time for a chance at a three-point play. And he's just taken on the responsibility for his new nation and come up with a monster performance. 23 points now. And a chance to add one more from the stripe, and he feels that perhaps a few calls haven't gone his way. Perhaps he could have had a few more of these chances. Perhaps he could have completed a few more shots when he was hit. But he's showing great heart and great character just to attack relentlessly every time the ball gets into his hands. And he's helped Jordan get from 26 down to within 12 here. Across to Fang Shuo. And it's a dagger of a 3 from China. Tucker looking to attack again. Again, he's through the defense, but he can't finish. And that's another one he feels he should have had. And China coming quickly down court to hurt Jordan. Kui Jingming with a lovely finish off the outstretched left arm. And Jordan forced to call timeout. China threatening to put this game beyond Jordan. Despite the best efforts of Tucker with 24 and Abbas on 10. China led by the 19 of Yuan Shui and 10 from Liu Zukuan. They've kept Jordan at arm's length ever since that spirited comeback in the third quarter from the Jordanians that halved the deficit from 26 to 13. And at this stage now, with just 7 minutes or so remaining, with the lead extended back up to 16, it might just be a little too much to ask for Jordan. Evenly matched, these two, in the first quarter, although China did start poorly. Went on to win the quarter by just 1 point. Won the second quarter by 22. 31-9. Jordan taking 10 off that lead by the end of the third quarter. But may have just left this comeback too late. Alawadi, still certainly possible. Alamarsha, especially if this man can keep scoring. It's Tucker around the screen of Abbas. Tucker for 3, finally gets one after missing 5 in a row from the outside. It's a lifeline for Jordan. The deficit cut to 13 again. Kui Jingmin turning on the afterburners, looking to find Ha Jun-chi, but it's pinched by Tucker. And then Tucker's fouled on half court on the fast break, so The third foul on Liu. And Jordan with a chance to make it closer than 13 again. Alamarsha. Oh, lovely pass that is from Alawadi, and Mohamed Hussein back in off the bench, 3 of 3 from the field. They could certainly utilise him down the stretch. They're only down by 11, final 6 minutes. And it goes here to Fan Qingming, who answers back for China. The second basket of the game for Fan. Tipped away, the pass on this near side from Alamarsha, the turnover, and Jordan having to foul. They've given themselves a chance for the final 5.5, 6 minutes, but they can't be careless like that. It's a turnover that's forced Dar Tucker to pick up foul number 4. They certainly can't afford to lose him. He has checked out for now. And there's another foul with Fang Shuo on the ball, although it's been called the other way. So Jordan get that break. The Chinese players looking bemused. Right at the midway point of the fourth quarter, Aid onto Abbas towards the baseline, knocked away and out of bounds. And now the official saying the last touch was off Zaid Abbas, and he's furious with the call. I think they got that one right. Disappointment for Abbas, disappointment for Jordan, not quite able to make the most of that opportunity. It's become a little bit stop-start, and the intensity has dropped a little in the game, and that will benefit China, because Jordan need to rediscover some momentum here and rediscover some fluidity. Fifth foul picked up by Aid, so he's out of the game for Jordan. Liu, long ranger falls short this time, but an offensive rebound for Kui Jingming. Fresh 14 seconds to work with for China. Kui Jingming losing the handle on the ball, saving it brilliantly on this near side. And the 3 from Fang Shuo might just finish them. Off the broken play. Off the save on the near side from Kui Jingming. Jordan answer back with a quick basket from Hussein. 8 points for him off 4 of 4 shooting. But he's played limited minutes in this one. Fang Shuo. Across it goes to the far side, and they run into trouble, but picking up the pieces and putting it in is Ha Jinchi. The lead back to 16 with less than 4 minutes to play. Dar Tucker is back in the game on 27 points, 8 rebounds, a couple of steals, but 4 fouls. And he will inbound the ball for Jordan. Abbas. Alawadi. It's been a really competitive game to start this tournament for these two teams. It's been a really good game to watch. Momentum swings back and forth, plenty of quality as well, in particular from some of those outside shooters for China. It looks as though they're just going to do enough to disappoint Sam Douglas and Jordan. All of the 12 teams competing in these preliminary round groups will go through to the next round. It's just about determining their seeding for the second round groups. 4 groups of 3 teams here in the first round, so a couple of games for each team over the course of the next couple of days, and then starting Monday the second round groups, 12 teams split between 2 groups of 6. The top 4 of each group going through to the quarter-finals, which begin on Friday. Knocked down that time from mid-range by Alawadi. Just over 3 minutes to go. Jordan down by 13 again. Liu Zuquan, on it goes to Ha Jin-chi. Aggressive play from the teenager. There's plenty on this Chinese roster that you could file in the category ones to watch, no doubt about that. Players like Ha Jin-chi and Fan Qimang, along with Zoa Yo-chen, who've come through the various FIBA youth competitions and excelled, and now get their chance in the senior team. And this young man has been as impressive as anybody here this evening. Ha Jin-chi with 11 points in the game now, 6 rebounds, a couple of assists as well. That make it 13 points after the made free throws. China by 15. Tucker from the outside again. Hussein battling for the rebound, but it's China will come away with it. Liu, and a wide open shot from mid-range, knocked down by Fan Qiming. Another one of those 18-year-olds. Six points in the game for him. Third foul on Fan. Tucker at the line is closing in on a 30-point game, but it looks to be to no avail. It's 29 now for Dar Tucker. 8 of 9 from the foul line. 9 of 17 inside, but just 1 of 7 from the three-point range. 15-point Chinese lead, final 2 minutes. Feng Shuo. Kui Jingming. Slipped to the floor, and there was a whistle and some contact. Lamarche's second foul. We've had Aid Abu Wazena fouled out already. And they've got Hussein and Tucker on 4 fouls. Jordan. It's really limited Hussein's involvement. A player who could have been big for them this evening, this afternoon, I beg your pardon. Technical foul called on Dar Tucker now. So that's him fouled out of the game. So there won't be a 30-point game for their new naturalised player. It's 29 and out for Dar Tucker. Jinchi hands it off. This is Fanshuo. Liu Zukuan. Back to the perimeter. Wonderful footwork from Fanshuo. And squeezed in brilliantly off the glass by Liu. 12 points now for Liu Zukuan. More to say, but knocked away from him. And final touch was off Fan Chiming. China have stretched their lead back to 19 with a minute and a half or so remaining now. And just a case of going through the motions now to secure an opening win. And I'm sure as this team is so young and inexperienced at this senior level, they will grow throughout this tournament. It's been a decent start for Coach Li Nan's team. And you feel for his team, there's an opportunity for success here if they can avoid that early foul trouble. It was early foul trouble that saw two of their most talented players limited here this afternoon in Dar Tucker and Mohamed Hussein. They can't afford that to happen again. What China have done as well is a really good job of spreading scoring around. Of course, the 19 points and 5 three-pointers of Yuan Shui will stand out, but they've had another 3 players in double figures. 13 for the 18-year-old Ha Jinqi, 12 for Liu Zukuan, 10 for Hui Junming. Been a whole flourish of technical fouls called on this court over the course of the last couple of hours. Abbas protesting his case for the latest. Fanshuo short with the first foul shot. China are the most successful nation in the history of Asian basketball, but they've actually never reached the podium in this tournament. They suffered a heartbreaking defeat at home to the Philippines in the bronze medal match a couple of years ago. They're looking to exercise those demons here in Iran this year. Hook shot off the mark, but recovered by Fan Chiming. And it's going to be Chinese ball, so even with a 17-point lead in the final minute, showing a bit of hustle play. And that's foul number 5 on Hussein, so they're dropping like flies, the Jordanians. Another one fouled out. And they've lost 4 of their 12-man roster. Jinqi adding to his tally from the foul line. Averaged a double-double of 17.2 points and 11.5 rebounds across 3 youth international FIBA tournaments. including the Under-19 Worlds last year, the Under-17 Worlds 2 years ago. And what a debut at a major FIBA Senior International tournament this has been for him. 15 points, 7 rebounds, 2 assists, and a big block shot as well in that first half. Third foul on Kui Jingmin. 47 seconds to play. Musa Alawadi hitting the foul shot. Plenty to work on as far as Jordan are concerned as they move through into the next game in this preliminary group stage and then into the second round group stage. There's ingredients there that Coach Douglas can work with. Third foul on Alawadi. It's a long wait for the inevitable finish in this one. Foul trouble has been a key theme throughout this opening contest here in Iran for these two. As far as Jordan are concerned, 29 points for Dar Tucker, but fouled out. 12 points for Abbas, 11 for Alawadi. That's it in terms of double figures. Very little contribution apart from the 8 from Hussein. Nobody scoring more than 4 points on the rest of the roster. Hussein's only played 11.5 minutes. Abbas has had to play pretty much the whole game. Tucker, with his foul trouble, limited to 23.5 minutes when he might have played the whole game otherwise. It's a case of what might have been, I think, for Jordan. Abu Hawass makes it an 18-point game, and that will do it for the start of the 2016 FIBA Asia Challenge for these two. China blowing Jordan away with their outside shooting to win it 94-76. And there's that outside shooting, 10 of 21 from three-point range. Jordan just 3 of 20. Quite contrasting percentages from the outside, and that effectively the difference. Despite all of the other categories, that's the one that stands out. China with 4 more turnovers, 19 in the game, but still come out on top with a healthy margin of 18, led by the 19 points of Yuan Shui, who hit 5 of 7 from downtown, also with 17 from the 18-year-old Ha Jin Chi. So the final score, China 94, Jordan 76. It's been a pleasure having your company here on the opening day's action at the 2016 FIBA Asia Challenge.